So what do you guys think about the tariffs? I mean, that's a hot topic right now. Like, how do you feel like tariffs are going to affect your business specifically, the fix and flipper, Gabe? Like, how do you picture that going?
Okay, I would say as long as inventory, right, from whoever I'm getting it from, whoever, as long as
Hmm.
that price remains the same, nothing's coming up. Well, actually, I lied. Parts. Here's the thing, parts. If parts increase and product that I'm acquiring increases the price, obviously our price is going to go up, but it's going to be a lot less than your big box stores.
We're back with the Appliance Pulse podcast for another episode of Fix and Flip. And I'm here with Gabe, the master of the Fix and Flip, and Derek with two R's, the YouTube legend. And we're talking fixing appliances. What's up, fellas?
Fixing them and flipping them. What's going on, Scott? How you doing? What's up, Gabe? How you doing, man?
What is going on, man? What is going on? You know what? Fridges took over. The fridges, washers and dryers to the side. Washer and dryer sales slowed down. Fridges took off. So it's a good thing, right?
So like new fridges, scratch and dent, flippers, used. What?
You know
what?
what?
Are we
So,
talking?
so here's the deal. The cheaper stuff has been sitting. All the expensive stuff is leaving the door.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a
People are
good
like,
problem
hey,
to have.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are like, hey, the cheaper stuff is going to sell instantly, fast, and you're going to sit on the more expensive stuff. Not true. So moving a lot of the bigger items and washers and dryers, they're moving, but it was a good idea to bring the fridges in. Super good idea. So
Yeah.
a good move, definitely.
Know who to request on Venmo?
So marketplace, not the best for any fridge over $1,000. It's just not. So I've been turning to Facebook Reels, free advertising, Facebook Reels, Instagram, setting my number down, my phone number, letting people know I sell washer dryers, fridges, putting up reels almost every day. It's getting attention. It's working. I'm receiving text messages, phone calls, personal
Off
messages
just a
coming in.
reel? Like you post a reel on
Not an
Facebook
ad?
and
Not an ad, literally just a regular Facebook reel.
That's
I set
what's
up.
up.
It's working, and here's the thing: it's the hashtags. Like hashtags are what's gathering
How do
the
you-
attention.
So are you able to like check those analytics behind specifically like the hashtags? I've always wondered about that. I don't know how hashtags work.
So here's the thing: it'll show you the views that you're getting daily, right? It'll show you all the views, the number of views, and analytics. It'll show you on a professional. If you have your page
Right.
set up professional, it'll show you the analytics. But all I know is it's getting a further reach off marketplace, which is amazing. So
it's
that's-
extending your reach. Oh, I get it. It's yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So
Nice.
this whatever cities that you're catering business to, let's say Fort Cavazos, Fort Hood Military Base, Killeen, Texas.
Is that your hashtag?
You got to hashtag all of those, and then that way it opens up the floodgates
Right,
from
for-
those viewers, because
Yes.
where are people spending a lot of their time, right? Watching reels. Here's the thing: like marketplace attracts cheap customers, right? We all know that. It really does. It does. Everyone's looking for a deal. Everyone's looking for something almost free. So a lot of people stay off marketplace entirely. How am I going to get that attention from people that stay off marketplace? The reels. And anyone listening to this struggling with sales, start putting up reels. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Do it. It's gonna help you.
But see, the other thing is they also got to have some. They got to have Gabe in them too. You got. What I'm saying? Like you got to have the charisma.
You got to have that announcer's voice. You got to, I keep my face out of it for right now, but later I'm going to have my wife helping me with ads that, will show me, displaying a washer. Like, I've seen other companies sponsoring their ads and they have a spokeswoman, a spokesman, and they've got that good energy, that good voice. Scott, yes, I've seen your stuff. I've seen,
Yeah, I struggle
what
with
you got.
that a lot.
It's-
I am not the most charismatic, high energy type person, especially if you put a camera in front of me. I just kind of clam up and go, ugh.
I tell you what I learned really is like the best thing for that. Get like a Perk 30 and maybe some cough syrup. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I used to be an addict. Now I'm not.
But
I'm just trying to be funny.
Scott's got a secret weapon on his side. He's got a secret weapon.
Yeah, he's got an MTV star for a wife.
Yeah, no, I mean those.
The wife
those
crushes it. She's got the energy level.
yeah.
She definitely like she brings the energy, and you kind of need that whenever you're making posts and stuff to advertise something. Like
You know, I feel like it's like this, right? If you're a good actor, like nobody's gonna watch it. But if you intentionally have you guys seen that? I don't know if it's really an ad or not. I mean, it shows his phone number and the guy that sells trailers, and he says you can buy them if you want. I don't care. I mean, it's like they act like trying to look like they're essentially trailer trash. I guess. I guess that's the word. I don't know.
I wonder, like, in evolution of what you're doing, Gabe. So, like, you know, you started off, you're refurbishing everything underneath the sun, just like me. That's what I did at 1.2. Where anything I get my hands on, I'm gonna fix it and I'm gonna sell it, no matter the cost or the time or effort or whatever. Then you went to single SKU type items that we sell. You know, that's the same model over and over and over again to the same washer dryers. Now you're branching off into the scratch and dent refrigerator world, and you're seeing like the effort to that. But I think the real magic's going to start to happen whenever you start getting your marketing push.
Yes.
So I don't know what the Facebook page requirements are. Like, can you have a Facebook page, like a business page, but like, do you actually have to be a business? Like,
actually, check it out.
I know you are a business, but
Yes.
When that's only for being paid. Like if you get monetized, you can be a sole proprietor. You don't have to have an LLC.
so you can make a Facebook page without having to be a business.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And I actually,
Anybody can.
Here's the thing, Derek. Scott, I actually just did a Facebook page. So I was actually running off just Gabriel Vidari, right? Me. And people
Off of
know
what?
me, just my name, right?
Okay.
And everyone knows me as Trek, the Trek guy. So it's Trek Appliances, right? So I actually did branch out and I did a Facebook business page recently. And the thing is, same exact profile picture because everyone knows me already as the Trek guy, right? That's the washer dryer guy. But now I'm really pushing, hey, I'm selling refrigerators. I'm selling new stuff now. You know, the evolution is coming. It's there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to push that whole new image, getting away from a lot of the super older used things to, hey, we're pushing newer, you know, with the warranties.
But you're doing it smart. Like that, you know, a lot of the people, I mean, we deal with this on a daily basis with new appliance wholesale.
Yeah.
Like we get people that call up and they go, oh, I want to open up a scratch and dent store. And it's like, okay, you know, dump a bunch of money into it, go get a store and all this overhead, and then start to figure out how to run your business. It's like that's a rough 6 months. The way that you're doing it, I really like it.
I feel like it's the getting past the ego part. Like that's the whole. That's really all it comes down to. Like everybody, you know, and like that's just how it goes in general. Like I'm not trying to get off topic, but you know, people start a business. My cousin, as successful as every business he's ever tried to start, he starts out with getting 100,000 business cards and trying to wrap his truck, and he's bankrupt in 2 months. I'm like, I mean,
exactly. You go out and buy a brand new truck and all that, you know?
Focusing on the stuff that doesn't matter at the beginning, but like the way that you're doing it is really smart because you have almost no overhead. You have a storage unit now, right?
Very minimal. Yeah. Storage
How
unit,
much does
2-car
that
garage.
cost?
100. Get this, people. 10 by 20. They were out of 10 by 30s, right? I was able to fit all the fridges I bought in there the other day. They barely fit, but they fit.
Which was a half truckload, or
it was the whole 26-foot box truck full of stuff.
Yeah.
It was
like
like
a half truckload.
Okay,
full
half truckload. Sorry,
53,
53.
but
yeah.
So $150 of overhead.
$130. Okay,
$30.
so so this is crazy. Like super low overhead, right? And
how many fridges have you moved in the last 2 weeks?
7. Okay, 2.5 weeks. Okay. I'm just getting my feet wet in this, and I exceeded my expectations. 7 fridges already in 2.5 weeks.
Okay,
7.
So let me break it down for everybody at home that don't really understand that. So 7 refrigerators.
Yeah.
But this isn't like a guy. He doesn't have 6 trucks and 6 teams.
No.
Yeah.
He's doing this by himself, and he's French doors side by side.
Yeah, by myself.
I didn't sell 7 refrigerators in the past 4 weeks. So I'm saying, like, I have a storefront.
A lot of overhead. So, like, you know, to be able to do it like that, I mean, if you really focus on how to acquire customers and you spend all your effort because it doesn't matter what business you're in, That is the business, is how do you get a customer?
Yep.
And catering to customer service, catering to your customers, no matter what. Your customer's happy at the end of the day. By the time you're finished and you're leaving their house and everything's been paid and everything's going to be done, and you ask them, is there anything else I can do for you? And they say no, that means they're happy.
Yep. And check this out. Ending with that, Derek, check this out. It's super awesome, right? So a lot of people have literally just been upgrading their older fridge. So now,
you got the double sale.
Yeah, I'm hauling away their old one. Like, will you haul it away? I was like, yeah, absolutely. What's wrong with it? Oh, no, nothing.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know, like, oh, nothing. I just want to upgrade.
Dirty.
It's exactly. So I bring it, I bring it back, have my daughters clean it out.
You dirty little fridge.
Yeah, literally.
Well, you got a little overhead there, right? You got to get some labor.
Free
labor though.
Well, no, I'll pay them because I'm trying to teach them. Hey, you put in, you're gonna earn. You put in, you're gonna earn. So I'll give them some money. Like clean out that nasty fridge because Daddy's super busy. I don't got time. So put in some effort, help out Dad, and guess what? You'll be rewarded monetarily. You know.
Whenever I was in a storage unit, I used to have my friends that would come and clean the appliances with me because I was moving too much stuff. I didn't have time. I was out doing deliveries and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, $150 for 6 hours worth of work for someone. That's really good money.
Hell yeah.
They would clean like 15 appliances in that time
for $150.
That's like $25 an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, beer money, huh?
But I mean, it would do all the work that you had to do. And they would just crank it out like clockwork.
Wow.
And I didn't have to have a full-time employee to do it. It was just on-demand type stuff. So just keeping your overhead low for as long as you possibly can.
Long as possible.
Yep.
To figure out how to run the business.
Oh, yes.
Because it's all about acquiring customers. If you can focus on acquiring customers. Like, I wish I would have gone back to whenever I was in college at the bars instead of college. But during that time, and focus on marketing. Because it's literally the business. Like that is the business is marketing.
100%.
Yeah.
You can hire someone to do the other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
building a brand and marketing it is 100%. And however you can do that, like if you get lucky, like I just happen to get lucky on got some TikTok followers, and like I think about it, right? Like I there's a few people that I do videos for, and I'm like, man, somebody had said something about, man, what are you going to do for the marketing? Well, I kind of am the marketing, so I mean, so I just haven't. I can't apply that. If I do my marketing on top of what I can't even keep up with what I got.
Yeah.
I need a bigger team.
But you can always hire a technician. You can always hire someone to clean stuff. You can always hire someone to deliver stuff.
Can't hire someone to be you.
Yeah, you can't hire someone to do marketing, but if you could control that, and that is like the element that you bring to the table. That's what I like about what you're doing so much, is because you have time to spend on that part, which is the most important part, before you have a store and like all this extra costs.
Yeah. But you know where I struggle the most, and I'll tell you. So one thing I've noticed right away is, like, for example, you, Scott, he's a master. You're a master at orchestrating a crew, orchestrating several people to run out and do tasks, which is amazing. I don't have that talent. I don't have it. And I wish I did. I'm one of those guys where I'm great and easy to get along with, but you start not doing the job you're supposed to do, and I'm paying you, and you start doing things you're not.
Start wanting to fight.
Yes, that's my biggest problem, and I wish I was a master at orchestrating. I'd be in a much better position right now if I was a master at orchestrating a huge crew to help me out. I'd be in a much better position. I just don't have that talent. I don't have.
You can hire management. I mean, that's I'm not a good manager. I'm not good, because management is all about continual conversation and open communication and working through setting objectives, reaching objectives, and then checking it along the way and maintaining it. And like, to me, that's tedious. It's like, man, I don't want to do all that stuff, so I don't. But you can hire people that are good at that, and they can manage the ship while you steer.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Like I'd focus maybe on just advertising and being the face of the company. That'd be amazing. You know, just
someday.
I'll do
just now.
One day
you're learning it. Like, you're not jumping in.
And here's the thing, at a late age, okay, I'm learning all this at a late age, and I wish I was better at an earlier age. I'd be, I'm not saying that I'm struggling, but, I'd be in a better position. But hey, it's never too late. It's never too late. Doesn't matter how old you are, especially dabbling in this newer stuff, scratch and dent. I see big things coming in a large volume. I really do. Yeah, so it's awesome.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Derek, what's the market looking like up there where you're at right now? Is it popping or is it slow or?
I really don't ever notice. Mainly Colton takes care of all that stuff. I know that my bank account hasn't been negative lately, so
that's a beauty. That's a plus. That is a plus.
Yeah. No, it stays pretty steady. I don't really like people talk about peak seasons. I mean, tax season's a different thing, but other than that, I mean, I just see different things, more of different things go. Like right now, I would say in the wintertime, we do a lot of refrigerators. Summertime, wintertime, we do a lot of refrigerators. Yeah.
Huh. In the winter, a lot of fridges?
Yeah, because
Really?
a lot of garage refrigerators.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the tariffs? I mean, that's a hot topic right now. Like, how do you feel like tariffs are going to affect your business specifically, the fix and flipper, Gabe? Like, how do you picture that going?
Okay, I would say as long as inventory, right, from whoever I'm getting it from, whoever, as long as that price remains the same, nothing's coming up. Well, actually, I lied. Parts. Here's the thing, parts. If parts increase and product that I'm acquiring increases the price, obviously our prices are going to go up, but it's going to be a lot less than your big box stores. So I think people are going to turn to the used, lightly used scratch and dent versus big box stores, because the tariffs it's going to hit, the increase is going to be pretty dramatic. It is, I feel that way.
This is what I say. All right, and before these tariffs hit, which I haven't seen any effect of it yet.
Not yet.
I'm too poor, so I really don't have any effect. But if you go to Lowe's, right, and you find their cheapest washer, my most expensive washer is still cheaper.
Okay.
If you find their best quality washer, my cheapest washer is still better quality, and that's a fact. I mean, I pick and choose what I sell. Now, I do have a big, huge selection. I have all kinds of different stuff. I don't. Yeah,
Tariffs.
The tariffs. Oh yeah, we were talking about tariffs. So yeah, that's kind of where I was going in the first place. So we'll see. And that's the thing is, over the past 7-8 years, I've been collecting parts. So I've got I probably have $500,000 in harvested parts and storage units out back. So we don't. I rarely pay anything additional for parts. I probably spend $1,000 with Encompass a year, and that's been since the beginning, since I got an account with them. But other than that, the thing is, we have nothing coming in. Everything has already been tariffed or taxed or all that. So if you pick something up off the side of the road, there's not going to be any 124% tariff on it. Now, I don't generally get a lot of stuff off the side of the road anymore, but even, when I go to a supplier like today, let's see, we had a 26-foot box truck load, and it was $583 after taxes.
Okay. Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad. And I've got I've got this fridge. I was actually going to ask you, Scott or Gabriel, if you guys ever heard of it. It starts with like an S, and it's a weird name. It's like 6 feet tall.
Really?
And it's a bottom refrigerator, or it's a bottom freezer.
Is it narrow? Real narrow?
Yes.
Okay.
It starts with, it's a weird name. Do you know what it is, Scott? You hit to it?
Sanyo?
No, not Sanyo.
Because Sanyo did dabble in the fridge market for a while.
It's like it's got a weird, like, not hold on, like Sargent or a Summit.
A Summit fridge, yes,
Yeah.
Summit, yep.
So I've never even heard of that. Is that pretty solid?
Yeah.
It looks like a custom fridge.
Yeah, they have a wide product. I was thinking Sharp is what you were thinking of.
Yeah,
But
Sharp did fridges. Sanyo did fridges back in the day.
They still, Sharp and Summit, they're still in the game.
I've seen a new Sharp before, but yeah, I've never seen Summit ever. So do you know who Summit is? Is that like
Yeah,
are they a parent company to somebody or a sibling company?
I don't know. I'm not that guy, but they definitely they fit in needs. They have a lot of under counter refrigeration and beverage coolers, and they do have a full kitchen line.
They're like bar type stuff, restaurant, bar.
So that's
else?
what I was
Clubs.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I've seen their stuff at ski resorts, like, in the back of kitchens or whatever.
They've got a lot of like the 20-inch and 24-inch wide like gas and electric stoves, like that. That's where we see the most of them. Yeah, the parts are a nightmare to get.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
And they're expensive.
Wow.
Like a 24-inch wide like Summit electric range.
Whew.
$500-600 for a little tiny guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it seems like that's crazy. Like, have you ever seen like counter depth refrigerators are always more expensive than full size? Like
They are.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I get it now. I understand the concept now, but I didn't. But yeah.
Well, the
Don't get me off
tariffs.
topic.
So you don't think tariffs are going to affect your side that much?
Not at all. Not a bit. I think if anything, it'll affect us positively. I think people I've been selling this. They're going to turn to used appliances.
Yep.
But here's the thing: is I've been, and this isn't like to push a narrative or like I don't try to sell anybody anything that walks into my store because I'll send them somewhere else. That's what I do.
Don't listen to this advice.
No, I'm saying. You probably shouldn't. Maybe that's why I'm poor. But I mean, I feel like people still shop with me no matter what, just because of the honesty.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good thing. Trust me, it really is.
And like I'll send people down the road, and and they come back like 100% of the time. I've never had somebody go check out. Nothing against you Duns. You guys are great, but I've never sent anybody down to the Duns and they didn't come back. But the thing is, in this industry, right, is we are still repairing the stuff that used to be good, and it's not even that the stuff now is bad, but people are going to be paying more for the things that they think are bad. So they just have this precedent, this predetermined, this preconceived notion that everything's bad because what they hear from everybody else. Yeah. They've never even used a 6-light, but they know that Maytag ain't no good no more. They want an old school with a no lid lock and an agitator.
Yep. People hate the lid lock. They hate it.
Yeah. Like I had a lady come in and she said, yeah, I don't want them front loader jangles. I don't want that China stuff there. I want a top loader with the agitator, just like this one. How much is this? And I'm like, oh, the vertical modular washer there, the DW 4800 DW1. I'm like, well, that's not the nope. I don't want that front loader.
Yep.
Like, all right, lady, I'll sell it to you then. Fine. And then a week later, she wants her money back.
Oh man, you're like, darn it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is people don't take their time. Just because it has an agitator does not mean it's what you think it is.
But you know what's a good balance between people looking for an agitator and modern? I'll tell you what it is. The secret weapon that sells, GTW, the GTWs. That they like it. Large capacity agitator washers, and people look at them like that's simple enough. They sell. They do.
But the problem is the electronic interface. That's what makes it all.
You can't avoid it today, though. So
you're right.
Like we get that a lot at our store, and people are like, "Well, I want an analog washer."
Right.
Well, those aren't around.
They're gone. Yeah.
Let's figure out how to overcome that ejection by showing you the benefits of having a digital washer.
Yeah. Right.
Like you have
calibration.
I mean, you have a service mode to where you can get into it and you can diagnose it. You have all these additional features that you have now that you couldn't run off of an analog, timer before.
And if you didn't know what it sounded like, you couldn't put your ear up to it, and you didn't know how to take the cabinet off the front.
Yep.
You couldn't fix that stuff. But see, the problem is on the other side that what I see with not servicers, but people in the fix and flip is, and because let me tell you something, I gotta get this off my chest right now. I don't know a lot, and I know probably everybody in the world in the appliance world knows more than me, and I'm fine with that. But I will say this: when I run into these old school guys, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get direct. I'll take all the direct drives. I don't want that junk, that BMW, them modular
GTWs, all that, right?
I'm like, man, that just don't even make any sense because when you think about it, right? These things are literally 2008 makes it what?
Ancient.
What, 27 years old? Is that what it is? 28 years old?
Something like that. 28 years.
I had Franklin math. Don't worry about it. So we
22 years old, right? 22.
22. Yeah, I knew it.
Right? Is that right? 22 years old. Yep.
2008. That
Oh
would
wait,
be,
I don't even know. What? Let me ask Siri. Let's ask Siri.
that would be
That's what I was gonna do.
17 years old.
No.
No, I think
Right?
you're right.
25.
17 years
Yeah,
old.
it
right?
is 17 years old.
17.
Carry
So,
the 2, add the 4.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm a simple guy here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just got a bathroom last week. All right. So we, if you think about it, right, what does 17 years of
Repeated use.
repeated use and
Repeated
oxidation?
use. Exactly.
They have nothing but rust everywhere you look
Exactly.
on them.
It's
If
a
you
goner.
find
It's almost a goner.
Yeah. So you might as well start learning how to do the new stuff. And it's
yeah,
way
learn.
easier than you think. Like Scott literally invented a part that has changed the world if people
Really?
just start
Yeah.
catching on.
The basket bushing.
The basket bushing.
Oh, I
So-
don't have one
so-
laying around. Oh, I do.
So how about Scott?
The
That's
basket bushing.
That's the famous basket bushing, running its course on the world, changing BMW and others repair. Such a
Changing
simple
the
thing.
game.
The other day
And-
I knocked out 5 of them in one day. 5 of them in one day. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah.
And
Gabe,
I-
you just made me feel like shit every day, more and more. All right. Sorry. I forgot.
And you know what? I didn't miss any minute of it. I didn't. It's easy to do now. I got it down to 15 minutes each. But when you're doing it large scale, I will tell you, I'm preferring GTW, Samsungs, and everything else because it's cool to bring them back. They're not vibrating, banging around. But when it comes to large scale sending out the door, yeah, it's like, okay, I don't miss doing this repair. It's easy, by the way. It is. But just I don't miss it on the large scale. I don't.
I think it's the customers demand those Whirlpool and Maytag products, and if you don't have those available, like you're missing a
Yep.
huge chunk because they
Well,
when you have to think about like if you're shopping for a washing machine, you don't shop for a washer every year. You're only shopping for a washer or dryer whenever yours break. Or you're moving to a new place and you can't bring the old ones with you. But most of the time it's whenever something breaks or you just want to upgrade. But with our customers, it's mainly with when something breaks and they're replacing it. So you have to think about that customer probably hasn't shopped for a washer in the last 8 years, 10 years, if they're coming from direct drives. So like you have to go through an entire re-education process with that customer.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes that Samsung or that LG or that foreign sounding brand to them isn't what they used to have.
No.
And so that's a harder objection to overcome versus, nothing like you came from a direct drive washer, you're shopping for another washer today.
Whirlpool Maytag. Yep.
Yeah, they know Whirlpool Maytag. They
Yep.
trust that brand and they like the agitator. So it's just a really simple, easy sale. They know they're not going to get exactly what they had before because they don't make it. So that brand identity that they have with that Whirlpool or Maytag, it's an easy sale. Taking that same customer and jumping him into Samsung or LG, it's a little bit tougher. It's doable.
You're right.
It's a little bit tougher. So I think they sell like really well.
I will tell you, if I had my choice, I would sell just all GE GTWs and all Samsung top loads. That's it. But there's a problem here. People do want variety. They want variety. And I found out the hard way. I ran through a bunch of GTWs running out the door, and after a while, the sales slowed down because people saw that's all I had. So now I was like, okay, I got to bring in
you got to have a
Maytag,
little bit of
Whirlpool.
variety.
And I've got, what's funny is I got a GTW set going out tomorrow. So, but I know people are going to jump after the Whirlpools and Maytags because, like you were saying, that's what they know. Those American traditional brands.
Yeah, because when you don't got a Whirlpool, they're just going to go to Best Buy and get a Medea. So
Yep. That's exactly what they'll do.
They'll be shopping again shortly.
yes,
Yeah.
3 months.
So, but yeah, I mean, so like in our store, and again, we're a store. A lot of people watching this, they're going to be side hustle. They're going to be doing another garage. It's perfectly fine. You can do the same thing at your own scale. And honestly, like in many cases, you're going to be making more profit than us because you don't have any overhead. So stay there as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Stay there.
Listen. When I was like trying to tell my kids, right? You don't want to grow up. You don't want to grow up. Chill out, right? My mom told me the same thing. I spent 7 years in my garage and I got home from work at like 2:00 off a delivery truck. I worked for about 4 or 5 hours, and I actually had money. So
Yeah.
it was a big difference. Yeah.
You know what?
difference.
Now I don't.
Hey, speaking profit and keeping overhead super low. What's the max dollar amount you think a one-man show could make out of a storage unit and out of his garage?
No max.
What's the max weekly gross, you think? What do you think?
As much work as you're willing to put in.
As
period.
much work as okay.
Are you doing scratch and dent, or are you doing fix and flip?
Everything. Fix and flip and scratch and dent as much as you could handle without pretty much wearing yourself out and killing yourself. Exhaustion.
The benefit of taking a haul-away of however you get it, whether you get it for free on the side of the road or you pick it up on a marketplace or you buy it on bulk from someone like us or local appliance store or whatever, like however you get it. The benefit of haul-aways is that you have very little invested into the product. They're cheap. So you can take that and you can refurbish them and sell them for a lot more. With like our process loads or our scratch and dent or customer turns or whatever we sell on that side, you're invested into those products a lot more. You can get more out of them, but it's more that you have to put into it. So it really depends on your cash position. Like how much cash are you working with? Because if you have more money, then you can always do both, but it's just how heavy do you go on one side or the other?
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of cash to work with, dude, just stay in the haul-away game and just
stay there.
Just
Till you're ready. Till
just
you're
turn
ready.
it up.
Listen, let me tell you this. I meant to tell you this last week or the last. This is so crazy, right? I got this cat, and you know who you are, because I figured you out, buddy. No, actually, we talked about it because I figured out what he was doing. So listen, I was like, the third time he brought an appliance in to me, I was like, all right, man. What do you got going on here? Because I'm not stupid. Well, not all the way. So this guy, he goes around and picks up appliances off the side of the road, right? Now, hear me out, because it's genius, and I wish I would have thought of it myself. He don't even know how to fix appliances. I mean, he's learning a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So he brought a washer, and all different times. He brought a washer, a dryer, and a stove. And he had gotten them off a marketplace or off the road, side of the road, wherever, for free. All three of them for free, and brings them to me. So I charge, if somebody comes in and they bring an appliance off the street, or they like their appliance in, I do a free assessment. I'll check it out and diagnose it for free, and then I'll tell them what it's going to cost to fix it. And usually it's super cheap because I'm going to do it in house.
So he's using you, yeah.
Yes. And the thing is, when I sell it to him, it comes with a 1-year warranty as long as he picks it up.
Yeah.
So he's selling it, and nothing's came back so far, but he gets to sell this with a warranty, and he sells it on marketplace, and he doubles the price, and he makes a profit, and he does nothing.
You're making money, and you're making money off the repair. You're making money off the repair, and he's making money off your expertise.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
It's a win-win. If you're willing to do that, it's a win-win.
Tell me that's not beautiful. I was thinking, like, man, that's a whole business there.
That's actually not a bad idea. I wish I was closer to you. I'd drop off all my haulaways, all my bulk, and I'm like, dude, Derek, here you go, buddy. Just charge me whatever. You got it. Let me know when these 14 are done.
That's the only thing I can do is fix things. I can't do anything else. I'm not good at anything but fixing stuff, except relationships. So
The only thing I learned there was you're not charging enough for your repairs.
No, that's exactly it. That's 100%
Need to
it.
up that.
Well, but the thing is, though, it's like this. It's like, it was a dryer repair. The one was it wasn't a thermal fuse. I don't remember if it was an element or if it was a high limit or something. It was something in the in the heating assembly there.
Yeah.
And it was like $120 total, and that was like for the max. I'm charging them for the parts that I got for free, but they're harvested. And so I obviously have to sell them, and then so we got to talk about it, and he's like, yeah, I made this much. I was like, you're a genius. You want a job?
Ding, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, no, I'm good with this. I was like, yeah.
Hey, so look, see, he's an orchestrator. He knows how to orchestrate.
He's an entrepreneur.
He knows it. He's like, let me use Derek to do my repairs.
Yes. And I don't know the guy.
Clean them, and I'll mark. He markets and cleans them probably. So you're the in between repair guy. That's a smart man. So basically, he hired you out. You're
You
the
can do
repair
the same
dude.
thing with anything. It doesn't even have to be appliances. It's just the hustle.
Anything. Yeah.
Well, see, and I figure that too, but I feel like there's not a whole lot of places where it's so because I honor my warranties probably better than, I'll be honest, probably better than most people. Not most, not you, definitely not you, Scott, and definitely not you, Gabe. But I'm if not, I'm at least equal. But I don't feel like you can do that with a whole lot of things. Like there's just no guarantees with anything anymore. Like people just don't care.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I thought that was really cool. I wanted to tell that story.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So
Yeah.
so here's the thing: going from just basically haulaways, your suppliers around town, or buying things that you needed. So once you jump to the whole, like, scratch and dent, all the new stuff, the profits are amazing. They are, especially when you're buying in bulk. They are. I've learned this. I learned this, and I'm amazed. Okay, like here's an example. Okay, so I got a sheet right here, and per unit price is $339 for 22 units, right? So when you sell, let's say, a $1,500 fridge, how much profit are you making? That's insane.
And how much time did you put into it?
Nothing.
How much money did you? Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's
you didn't have to
beautiful.
clean.
It gives you time to go do the other stuff, right? So you can refurbish the washer dryers.
Absolutely.
Just now you have things that are working for you.
Yeah. So Scott, are you still doing that one thing? What do you call it? What was it? The program you're going to start
On the
New process.
never out of stock or something?
Yeah. Yeah, they're calling it a fast flip now. But
Fast
so it's a drop trailer.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's really
So
cool.
yeah, explain the whole Yeah, that's I want. Yeah.
Yes, let's hear this.
So,
Let's hear it.
So Fast Flip is a program that Matt designed that a 40-foot or a 53-foot box. It's a trailer butt, right? It's what semi trucks pull around, right? So you pay a deposit, and then we drop a trailer off to you that's stacked with laundry, hauliways. I mean, we can do fridges and
So
stoves,
somebody can
but it's all
customize.
hauliways.
Somebody can customize the order.
Yep. Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, we have pre-made packages, so we're really good at what we do on the haulaway side. Like our stuff is probably the cleanest out of what you'll see out there in the haulaway world. We throw away a lot of stuff that other people are wholesaling, so our stuff's more expensive, but it's way easier to refurbish and it's in better condition. But anyways,
I got to test to that. I'll test to that. Definitely.
So we have these trailers. You pay a monthly storage and you pay a deposit on the trailer, but we drop the trailer off to you. And you get to hold on to it. It has a lift gate on it and an external battery, so you can park it anywhere or anywhere that you have permission to.
Yeah.
And then you can just unload what you want. So if you're doing it out of a garage or out of a small warehouse, you don't have to have all this extra space. You have these stacked appliances. You just pull off what you want to refurbish and do them a couple at a time. But the real beauty is the shipping. So the reason why we got into this, because power only delivery is really cheaper. It's way cheaper. So the whole concept is that the trailer's owned by us. And then you have a semi truck that just hooks it up. They bring you a new one, and then they drop off the old one. But we can ship that across the country because it's our trailer really cheap compared to if we're getting transit by the truck and the trailer.
Right.
So we can touch basically every corner of the United States for really cheap freight rates. And you can have an automatic resupply. So you're like, hey, I'm about 80% of the way through this load, I need to order another one.
Yep.
You just let us know. We start to build it, and then you never run out of stock. It's just there.
Yep.
By the time you get to the end, we already have that truck showing up to exchange it.
So is there a way to put your number on the screen here so that somebody, because somebody's going to be interested in this? Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying put the number on there for me.
Hey, Derek.
I'm just saying.
We'll
Derek,
get you a
check this out.
trailer. We'll get you a trailer.
Here's the beauty of this. You will never run out of inventory. That's a big problem for the big guys and the small guys, big and small, running out of inventory. So check it out. I'm going to talk numbers. Let's talk numbers, dollar amount, okay? So I was talking to Matt the other day, and I expressed to Matt, I really need Samsung. Okay, people are like, why would you want Samsung? Okay, my area, it's the number one selling item, Samsung laundry, okay? So we were talking dollar amount with Matt. Okay, so Matt offered me a 88-piece laundry load of Samsungs at $105 per unit, shipping inclusive. Okay.
What?
Yes, sir. So now check this out. That's not stuff ready to go. Not stuff ready to sell. That's all unprocessed. I got to go through it, make sure everything's good. But I'm gonna take him up on that offer. I'm gonna take them up on that.
yeah,
But when I
so-
get moved,
So also, hold on. So all Samsung laundry,
yeah,
88 pieces.
88 pieces, $105 each, shipping inclusive. That's to you guys at your end. Yep.
Wow.
So I
That is-
believe
that
so.
is wild.
So pricing will vary on like where you're located in the United
Yep.
States, or
Right.
what the
That's
size of the truck is, or like how many different brands and models we're sticking on a truck. 'Cause
Yep.
you have to picture it from our perspective, right? Holloways are holloways. They come in however they want to come
Yeah.
in, no matter what. So if we have someone that wants to peel off a very specific thing, now we got to figure out how to move the other stuff that comes, out of those facilities. So everything's got to move no matter what in the same speed. So we have to find this balance in between what do we fit on the truck and what makes sense. But what the cool part about it in the Holloway game is usually the bulk of stuff that comes off of these trucks is the most popular items that were sold originally on the market.
That's right. Yeah.
And so they usually balance out perfectly because the highest in demand things are usually the highest in supply things on our side.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
And it's
Dude,
the same thing in scratch and dent and customer returns. Like we get the most of what is sold the most, right?
Oh yeah.
If the number, like for instance, when the GE Ultrafast came in, oh my God. I mean, they sold so many of those things, and we saw just a huge percentage of those in these trucks that we were getting that were those Ultrafast, and they sold like crazy.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't keep them in our stores. And I mean, we could have charged what they charge in the big box stores, and we still would have
be
sold
gone.
it.
They would be gone
Instantly.
People want them. The demand was high, right?
Yeah, it's super high.
I got one.
Yeah, but those ultra fast, like, so it just shows you that like when you're in the reverse flow world, which is what we all are,
Right.
like, the reverse flow means that if I'm sending a product downstream, right, to a customer, whenever it comes backwards, it gets more expensive. So if it costs, say like Lowe's, $1 to ship something to a customer, if it turns into a customer return or damage or whatever, and it has to ship backwards and to be liquidated, it probably costs $1.50 to go backwards. So it hurts.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Holloways. Like it's a nuisance to the facilities. It's not a benefit, even though they're charging for it. They don't necessarily recoup those costs.
Yeah.
So in our world, it's always what's the liquidation world. We're in the appliance world. It's a huge benefit because not in every industry that's out there, it's not necessarily the same balance of the highest in demand things or the highest returned and highest liquidated things. That's not necessarily the same in clothes or in shoes or in electronics or whatever. Those might be shelf pulls. There are other ways that things are liquidated. But in the appliance world, it's really cool because I know if I'm getting a customer return load into my facility, before I even look at the manifest, in most cases, if it's just raw, unprocessed stuff, then I know it's going to be filled with high demand stuff because it was returned,
Always.
which means they sold more of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I explained that well, but
It's hot stuff, hot ticket items,
Yeah.
hot ticket items.
Right.
Like especially your fridges with the tablet, the infotainment system on them. Those things are hot.
infotainment,
Yeah, infotainment system. So like next
Family
load I
hubs.
buy. Oh yeah, next load I buy, I want like 20 of those if possible. Hey, Matt, if you're listening to this, I need 20 of those fridges next month. Okay? Bespoke, infotainment system, you name it, okay? And that 88 piece load, dude, do the numbers on that. That's
Did you get any bespokes? Those are sweet. Those are my favorite fridges.
I want to next time. That's hot stuff. Hot stuff. People were asking me like, "Do you have more of the family hubs?" And that thing was just going off the chain with messages. And I'm like, "Whoa! I really need more of these. It's crazy, crazy."
Yeah, I never thought in a million years that my favorite refrigerator would be a Samsung.
Yeah, me neither. Same here. I used to talk bad about them. I took all those videos down.
I still do.
I had three of those. I had three of those hub Samsungs at one time. Yeah. I put my logo on the thing, so everybody would come in like, "Wow, dude, you got a lot. You must be rich."
I think the coolest part about those fridges is they have cameras on the inside.
Yep,
So
that's
yeah,
right.
don't
That's
even
right.
get me started on how to service that, because I think you just replace the door.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to get started on the technical geek stuff, but I do know that I know how they run.
But if you're
You get a
standing in the
Raspberry Pi.
groceries, if you're standing in a grocery store
Yeah.
and you're like,
It'll
"Do I
tell
have
you-
milk?" and
Yes.
you connect to it remotely with your smart.
yeah.
Oh, you can
super
set it
think-
to you can
Yeah.
set it to auto scan, and it'll tell you when your milk's low, and it'll
What?
tell you, "Hey,
Is
it
you
that
didn't
good?
know that? Yes,
It's got
Yes.
AI. It's got AI.
So now the newer ones that have AI, I don't know. I haven't even messed with those, but I'm talking about the
Wow.
older ones, like the 2019s.
Really?
I know- yes.
What?
They take the UPC labels, like they can scan all the stuff in your refrigerator. Scan the
Wow.
barcodes. Yes, they
It's
are
like shut up and
So
take my
I knew
money.
I knew that you
know?
could set inventory levels, so you could tell it like what's in the refrigerator. I didn't know how it balanced the stock, but it is connected. You can connect it to Instacart, so you could just run your shopping list right there on your refrigerator.
That's
That's
impressive.
like wild.
So, and here's a big thing too. Like a lot of time, this is in the fix and flip side of things. So, I'm still not a fan of, even though I sell them. I've got probably 5 of them down there for sale right now. The brand new Samsung top load VRTs, but the refrigerators, right? So you remember when the Samsung and LGs, they both had bad refrigerators right around
Yep.
the same time, and they were
Yeah.
just trash. But the problem is Samsungs weren't trash. They just had an issue. You had to know how to fix them.
The
Right?
heaters,
Yes,
Yeah, the
that's
heater,
it.
right?
The heater kits, right? But LG,
Compressor.
Ben's got those.
Yeah.
If you have a Samsung refrigerator and you're
Yes.
supposed to put that
Appliances.
heater kit on it,
Yes.
Ben sells them. Go to his
90%
website.
90% of the time that I've never had a callback on a heater kit except for the one that I have down in my shop, because we went out like 3 times. It was a service call. Went out 3 times, and it just, I don't know what's wrong with it. There's some, it was freezing up way past what the heater kit would do.
Oh, wow.
But those heater kits, I've never had a callback, and I've done at least 2 dozen of them in over 5 years. But LG's, the problem is, so even if you do know how to swap out the compressor, if you got your you got your certs and everything, the issue is if you don't know how to update the software and you don't have the correct software the software. Man, I just lost it. The
Software stuff.
the firmware writer jig.
Yeah, the firmware, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have the correct firmware, just like how many times I get an LG fridge, I will not take LG refrigerators. I love LG, but the refrigerator, because
The fridges,
you see, and you'll get one, and you'll see the sticker on the back where they changed the compressor, and somebody didn't update the software, and then it's done. You got to swap out that's as far as I know. I don't even mess with them, but I guess you got to
you
redo
know- you know what's crazy?
Swap the compressor.
Yep.
don't know.
I personally own a 2013 LG fridge. Never had a problem with it ever. 13. It's been flawless.
I've got an LG also.
Isn't that crazy?
I've got the
It's been flawless.
Craft
Samsung.
Ice.
You got the
Guess-
craft ice.
Yeah, I
Oh.
love it. I love it.
I'll tell you what I do
Nice.
have. So as a fix and flipper, the one luxury that we should all have, and I'm talking to you, anybody out there listening, right? You should, because I didn't take this advice at first until my dude told me, and he's like the master appliance flipper of the world. He said, bro, I'm telling you about all these things coming in and out that I'm fixing, or I don't even need fixed. And he's like, so what? He's like, what kind of fridge you got? And I'm, can more top mount? He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, so the one luxury we should all have is, you should think about this. If you don't have it, if you don't have one in your house, you should get the nicest pieces you can and put you together a kitchen set, put you together a laundry. Like, if you work hard for it, you deserve it. And that's like, nobody's like, I've got an Electrolux induction range. It boils macaroni and cheese in like 32 seconds. And then you can put your hand on the stove when it's done, as soon as you take the pot off, and it won't burn your hand.
I did the exact opposite. So like my refrigerator, the reason why I have the fridge is it has like a huge hole, like where the door closed and smashed a hole in it. And I'm like,
this is one of
I
my,
can't-
you know.
yeah,
I'll
I
take
can't
it.
sell that, so I might as well put it in my house. And then our microwave has a massive dent on the back of it. And then
dents are all right.
on the back, yeah. And then our dishwasher, it literally looks like someone just kicked a soccer ball, like right in the middle of it. So
Oh, in the front.
yeah, so don't let Jenny hear what you're saying, because
No.
I don't want to pay for a bunch of appliances in the house.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going the other way. This next house, I'm going to go bougie. I'm going to go top of the line, everything. I want an Asco dishwasher.
I would go Asco dishwasher.
Yes, I want an Asco.
I know, and that's crazy. I've been telling everybody, like I used to, I stood on Bosch 600 series, like my life depended on it. Right? No reason. Bosch doesn't endorse me. They don't know who I am. I just love, so I have a thing with Mercedes. I like Mercedes, and Bosch makes all their stuff.
All the techs say that. Every tech they say Bosch, but we did a head-to-head battle between GE Cafe and Asco. Their entry level. It's the entry level with a water softener.
So wait, the Asco is the entry level Asco?
The one that we did it on, it's not their lowest level. It's the lowest level with a water softener.
Okay.
I don't know their model numbers, and then we did a Bosch 300 series, and the Asco just crushed everybody. And if you look at the price points, I mean, they're all pretty even. I mean, they're different, but they're even.
The 600, I know why everybody sells on a 600. The 300, I've got a 300, and it's not crap. It don't even dry my dishes. But the reason why everybody does on the 600 series, so the 300 series has like the negative 32 decibel thing. I mean, where they literally did a video of a baby sleeping next to it. Ooh, I should do that. I've got a baby.
You got a baby.
There we go. Come on now.
Step one, you got a baby.
Yes, I ain't got to make another one. So the better chill out now. The thing about the 600 though is they dry with those purple crystal things, whatever. So you can literally put a plastic baggie in it, wash it, and dry it, and it won't melt.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the only reason that I was sold on them, and I stood on them.
All I know is like whenever we were doing that test, that was my real true first interaction with an Asco. I never knew that brand. I don't.
Yeah, that's why everybody stands on it. Listen. We are going to be the top 3 Asco salespersons of the world.
It's crazy, right? Like, why are they so cheap for what they are? Like, just the weight of that dishwasher compared to the Cafe or the Bosch 300. Dude, it's like 3 times the weight.
Is it?
Compared to like Bosch and the other ones that we were doing.
Wow. Because Bosches are sturdy.
They're not heavy. They aren't that heavy.
Bosch are pretty solid. Yeah. I mean,
But just the weight of the constructions, they have all the inner components. I mean, Matt was showing me all this stuff. He already knew it. It was all new to me. But like all the interior like hoses and spray, like everything's stainless. Everything in the whole thing is steel.
Made. Very well made.
Yeah, and you look at the other ones like the GE Cafe, everything was plastic. Same with Bosch. So I didn't even know that you could have a water softener on a dishwasher.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, that's awesome.
Never heard of that.
Super awesome.
And if it has a water softener and it's still cheaper, that is.
Yeah, I was just really impressed with just the durability and everything from the weight of it to its actual performance. I had no idea it was going to eat the cake, and it ate the cake in like no time.
Dude, I've literally got right now. I built this cart, and I've got a GE dishwasher sitting next to a Bosch something. I don't know. It's an older Bosch. I was going to show you because dude, you got me excited.
Yeah, just run them. It'd be really interesting to see how these appliances actually perform because, like as a technician, like. You know, you talk to all the techs and they go Bosch, Bosch, Bosch.
Right.
You know, you just hear it echoing. I'm like, okay, but like no one can challenge it.
But nobody proves it. Like there's literally nobody out there showing why. They're saying what the manufacturer says.
Yeah.
And like I get it. I mean, that's all. It's really all you got to sell it on. And see, dishwashers. Here's the thing about dishwashers is I feel like they can hide. They hide behind their doors. There's nothing that you can't prove anything. Mm-hmm. So, but I've got the proof. I got a clear door. I'm gonna start doing some clear door dishwasher.
You're gonna do a this versus that challenge. This versus that.
Well, like this and like that.
Yep. So so for those that don't know, we did a stain test between 3 dishwashers, and then we took a sheet cake and we threw it in there, thinking that none of them were going to be able to survive a sheet cake inside of a dishwasher. And 2 of them did really well, and 1 of them broke.
Which one broke?
The Bosch. It's not designed for that. It's not designed for that. Well, it gummed up the.
It don't have
the thing is that all 3 of those dishwashers, none of them have a hard food disposer. So it was all about heat. Yeah, none of them do. Well, I mean,
it needed to disintegrate, right?
Well, the GE
Yeah, they got the
technically
little-
has the Piranha
Yeah.
hard food disposer, but they're not. Those aren't like the garbage disposal model dishwashers. Like there are those out there. They're the higher end ones. So
Yeah.
throwing a sheet cake in there, obviously they're not made for that. But anyways, we didn't think they were going to survive. So I'm sitting there in Best Buy going, "Hey, do you have any GoPros?" And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, do you guys have protection plans? And I had just got done talking to him about how we were going to throw him inside of a dishwasher. And so he's sitting there at the checkout line like, yeah, I think a dishwasher is going to void your protection plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Okay, quick question because it's funny because that's why I bought my GoPros is to put them inside of a KitchenAid. Which ones did you
Wow.
Whatever the new ones are, I don't know.
get? Oh, okay. So that's anything like the 11s and the 11, 12, 13s.
Yeah.
They're waterproof off
Yeah.
the jump. You
And
don't
they
have
could
to have a
handle. They
case.
could handle the heat, huh? They could
Yeah.
handle all that.
Yeah, they
Wow.
did okay. Yep.
Wow.
It's impressive. But yeah,
I mean, yeah.
you can go and check out that video. We have it posted on YouTube by this point. It was actually really interesting on
Yeah,
how
where's
they
it?
performed.
So what's this? So new appliances spelled NEU because it's like
Yep.
new. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it's NEU. It's like new, but more affordable. That's our tagline.
Is it the whole? It's the outlet, right? New appliance outlet, right?
It'll be posted on both. But yeah, if you
both
search
of them.
for
Okay.
it, Cake or Break Challenge, you'll find it.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
But
Yeah,
cool. Well,
sweet.
this was good, guys. We talked
Yeah.
about refrigerators, talked a little
yeah.
bit about tariffs,
And for
all
the main
sorts of cool
part,
stuff.
you got me to stay on track for the most part. Woo! That's great.
Did good. We did good collectively.
It was
But yeah, we got some talking points for next week as well. But yeah, thanks for following along on Gabe's journey and
Yeah, we're trying.
stay tuned for the next one.
Oh yeah. We'll see y'all.
See ya.
Signing out.